Chapter 1: The Crash. Max, a scruffy golden retriever with a heart of gold, had always been loyal to his owner, Jake. The two lived in a small cabin near the woods, far from the noise of the city. One stormy night, as lightning split the sky, Max barked wildly at something streaking through the clouds. Jake scoffed. "Just thunder, boy." But Max knew better. He bolted outside, ignoring Jake's calls, and sprinted into the forest. There, half buried in mud and smoking from impact, was a small, silver spacecraft. And inside, barely conscious, was a girl. But she wasn't human. Her skin shimmered faintly blue, her ears tapered into delicate points, and her large, luminous eyes blinked weakly at Max. She whispered something in a language he didn't understand, but the fear in her voice was universal. Max whined, nudging her hand with his nose. Chapter 2: An Unlikely Rescue. Jake, panting from the chase, finally caught up. His flashlight beam landed on the alien girl, and he froze. "What the?" Max barked urgently, as if saying, "Help her." Swallowing his shock, Jake carefully lifted the girl and carried her back to the cabin. She was light, her body humming with a strange energy. Once inside, she clutched her side, where a glowing wound pulsed ominously. Jake had no idea how to treat an alien injury, but he wasn't about to let her die. He cleaned the wound as best he could while Max stayed by her side, licking her hand reassuringly. The girl's eyes fluttered open again, and this time she spoke, in perfect English. "Thank you," she whispered. "I am Lyria." Chapter 3: The Hunters. Lyria explained she was from a distant planet, fleeing from ruthless mercenaries who wanted to capture her for her people's advanced technology. Her ship had been damaged in the chase, and Earth was the nearest refuge. "But they'll find me," she said, her voice trembling. "And they won't hesitate to kill anyone in their way." Jake clenched his fists. "We won't let that happen." Max barked in agreement. That night, as Jake and Lyria slept, Max's ears twitched. A low hum vibrated through the air. He growled, darting to the window just in time to see a dark, sleek ship descending silently into the trees. The hunters had arrived. Chapter 4: The Chase. Max barked wildly, waking Jake and Lyria just as the cabin door was blasted open. 3 armored figures stormed in, their weapons glowing ominously. Lyria grabbed Jake's arm. "Run!" They bolted into the woods, Max leading the way. The hunters pursued, firing energy blasts that seared the trees. Jake's heart pounded. How could they outrun alien technology? But Max had an idea. He veered sharply toward a hidden ravine, one he'd played in countless times. The hunters, unfamiliar with the terrain, stumbled. One fell into a creek, his weapon short-circuiting. Another got tangled in thorny vines. The last hunter raised his weapon, but Max lunged, knocking him down with a fierce snarl. Chapter 5: The Final Stand. With the hunters momentarily delayed, Lyria activated a small device from her wrist. "I can signal my people for help, but it'll take time." Jake nodded. "Then we hold them off." The 3 of them hid in a cave, listening as the hunters regrouped. Max stood guard, his ears perked for any sound. Then footsteps. A hunter appeared at the cave entrance, weapon raised. Before he could fire, Max charged again, biting down on his arm. The hunter roared, shaking him off, but the distraction was enough. Lyria's device beeped. "They're here." A blinding light filled the sky as a massive ship descended, beams of energy disarming the hunters effortlessly. Chapter 6: Goodbye. Now. Lyria's people had come. She turned to Jake and Max, tears in her eyes. You saved me. I owe you everything. Jake smiled. Just doing the right thing. Max wagged his tail, nudging her hand. Lyria knelt, hugging him tightly. Brave Max. The most loyal friend in the universe. With one last grateful look, she boarded her ship and disappeared into the stars. Epilogue. A bond beyond worlds. Weeks later, as Jake and Max sat under the night sky, a faint blue light flickered above them. A small pod descended, landing gently in the grass. Inside was a collar for Max, indestructible, embedded with alien tech that would keep him safe forever. And a note. For the dog who saved a star traveler. Loyalty like his is rare in any world. Jake grinned, scratching Max's ears. Guess we made quite the impression, huh, boy? Max barked happily, his tail wagging as he looked up at the stars, knowing somewhere out there a friend was watching over them too.